Yeah, so let's continue with our profile page. So now we need this account and then this card with this list there. Okay, so we can just go ahead. Still in the column, okay, here. Still inside the column, we can just go ahead and put this one there. And we say account. Okay. And then let's see what we get. Sorry, not this column. Sorry, not inside our column, okay. So where's the column? This column, okay, here. So inside this column we put it here. The main column, okay. So let's put some space here and let's see what we get. Okay. And then this time it's also the height 20.0. Okay, let me see the space. Given 20.0, I think 20.0 will be okay. Um, 20.0. Let me just make it 30, okay. And then let's save this one. Yeah. So now we can just go ahead and then add the star to the text. Okay. And then let's just specify the font size. Okay, font size to be, I think 20 will be okay. And then font weight that bold, okay. And then let's see what we get. So we can now go to this the card. Okay, so we have this one. We can go to the card. So the card is also in the column, okay, in the column. And we can put some padding inside the card, okay, like 10 padding, I mean padding, okay. So let's go to the chart. Since the card doesn't support padding, you can just surround the whole thing with a padding, and then go ahead with the padding edge insert, insert dot edge insert dot um let's use symmetric and then specify horizontal, okay. I think this time we know what it means by the horizontal, and then let's specify it, and that is for the left and then the right, okay. So we can now go ahead, okay. You can't see anything there, so let's just start putting some items inside the chart, okay. So this time I'm going to do column because we have our items listed in a column form. Okay, if you look at the items in the card here, okay, you can see they are in the form of a list, okay, from top to bottom. So that's a column. That's we need a column for that. So we can now go ahead and this one, okay. There are two ways you can do this where you have the icon and then a text, okay. You can use a lister, okay, to do that, or we can also specify our own widget. Let's say we do a row and then we put an icon and then a text there. So let's do this lister, okay. And then the lister takes the leading, okay, and also the text. So the leading is the first item in the list, which is the one that appears here, okay. So the leading should be an icon. Let's say icons dot location, something like location. I think location on is okay. And then when we save, okay, you can see that now the card is appearing, okay, because now we have an item inside, okay. And then the title is the text that appear. Let me show you how the whole lister is. So you can now put the text there, okay, and then specify location, something like this, okay. And there's something also called subtitle, and that one too, you can also put another text there, and that will appear right beneath the title, okay, something here. Let me show you, okay, so something like this, and then we have the trailing, which will appear at the end of the lister. So that one too, you can put anything that you want because it accepts any widget. Okay. Um, location of something like that. Location of, let's just do something like that for you to see. So you see it appears there. Okay, but we don't need this. We just want the leading and then the title. I just wanted to show you this. Okay, so we can repeat this thing. Okay, repeat. I think four. Then save. Okay, now you have this. So looking at this, let's see something here. I'm coming. Let's see what we can add. Okay, if you want to see the properties that you can pass to a widget, you can just put your cursor inside any widget and then press Control Enter. Okay, I mean Control Space. Sorry, Control Space to see everything. So we have the trailing subtitle selected on long press. I was actually looking for something, but then let's ignore it. And now we want to add the lines then. Okay, we can use this widget called the divider widget here. So let's go ahead and use the divider. And the divider, we can specify the height, which should be 10 0, and then we can also specify the color. Let's say color is the gray, and then we can also specify the indent. Okay, so the indent is where the divider should start from. So if you, let's say you give an indent of, let's say 5, okay, 5, that means the divider will move right, okay, move 5 right from the, I mean, from the whatever, let me see, from the card. Okay, let's say there will be a pattern before, I mean a pattern, a right pattern of 5 before the divider start. Okay, now let me just save this and see what we get. So we have this. Okay, let me show you what I mean. So when I do the indent and let's say 10, you see what happens? So you see it's starting 10, I mean a pattern of, or a margin or a pattern, whatever, I don't know, but a pattern, or yeah, a pattern of 10, 10 from the left, you see. So if I increase this to, let's say 20, yeah, you see, it will still be moving. Okay, so let's look at the design here. Let's see. So it is just, it is not right under it, so we can decide to remove the indent since we don't actually need the indent. Okay, yeah, because we need it to be something like that. We just have to increase the, I mean the padding to, let's say 20. I think 20 is too much. Let's do 16. Okay, because there has to be a lot of padding there. Okay, so something like this, but I think, okay, so we have it. So we can just copy and paste this whole thing. um, let's come here, and let's also come here and then save. Okay, so we have something like this, and we have this, but then you can see that the space in between this is very small. I mean the patterns, but look at this, the pattern is too much. When we go into a lister, there's something called content pattern. Okay, and then we can specify the pattern that we want. But then look at something, when we do that and then we specify all, which is pattern on the top, bottom, left and right, and then we set it to 0, and then we save, you can see that it only removes the pattern from the left and then the right, and that is not what we actually want. We want to reduce the pattern between all. So sometimes designing something like this, I don't use the lister because it just put a whole lot of spaces, I mean padding around it. So sometimes what I do is I design my own using the row. Okay, let me just go ahead and then do the row children, and then I know I need an icon, so icon dot location. Okay, because I don't like the fact that it is adding a lot. I don't know the solution for that. But then you can also go ahead and then specify the text, which is location. Okay. Now, when we do this, we have that color has changed, and then even the format has changed. Everything has changed about the row. So now I can just go ahead, start this, test star, okay, and then font size and make it 16, okay, and then go ahead and specify the color, and then colors. What color are we using? Okay, that is black, and then the icons are blue. Okay, so I don't think I need to specify the color because default is black. But then this one we have to also specify the color here, and we can go ahead and do this. Okay, I think that one is okay. But then we need to, put some space in here in between the icon and this. I think 15 is okay. Size box of 15 will be okay. So size box and rate of 15. The zero is okay. Yeah. So let me also come here because now you can see that this thing is up there. So that means the car doesn't have any top padding. So now I'll remove this and take it to off, and then take this one out. Um, okay. So maybe I think something like this is okay for me. So you can choose to use the lister, but then I'm just going to move forward with the rows, okay? And yeah, let me take that one, replace it with this one, and then replace it with this lister to here, and then with this one to here. But you can go ahead. I wanted to show you the two ways of doing this, and then okay, and then let's see what we get. So we have this, but then when you look at the design here, okay, there still be some space. Some space in between. So let's check what we get here. Looking at this, look like we need some little space. Okay, around. Let's add the divider at the bottom here. Okay, so we can do something like this. Put this one there, save it. Okay, so now what we need to do is to add some little space or padding to the row that we have. Okay, so something like this. What I'm going to do, let's see. I don't know if this doesn't have any pattern, so I can just go ahead. I should have done this thing before even copying it. But anyway, that's okay. We can just go ahead with padding. I don't think this thing is gonna work. But anyway, let's try and see what happens. Okay, so I can give some padding edge. Say that symmetric because I want only top and bottom. So we can say vertical, and then let's specify 5.0. Okay, so I think that's exactly what I want. 5.0 is okay. Okay, I think it's too much. Let me just make it 3. Okay, and then now let me just copy the whole thing again. So sorry about that. I should have done this before copying it. Okay, copy, and you know what? Instead of copying this thing up and down, let me just make it a rigid. Okay, because I actually don't like this way of coding. Let me just make it a rigid. Okay, create a new file here, and how we will be even going to call it lister, because it's custom lister, custom lister dot, and we have to import material dot. Okay, and we can now go ahead and make a stateless widget. Okay, and we can say custom lister. Okay, and we can now paste this code here. Okay, and what we are going to do, so we can see that what we need from them is the icon. Okay, the icon data and also the text. So let's just create something here. And then we can say final icon data, the icon, and then final string test. Okay, and then we can accept it custom lister because um, let's go ahead this dot icon. Okay, I'm not explaining this much because I'm thinking you already know what I'm doing. So we put this one there, and then now we can now put the text here. Okay, I like inserting the text this way rather than just putting the text variable there. Okay, and then where's the other one? The icon data. Everything remains the same icon. Okay, and now when we come to the profile page, because we are having this whole lot of thing here, we can just remove this one and say custom lister. Okay, and we can specify the icon icons dot location on. Okay, and then you also have to specify the test location, and that should be the text. Okay, so we save, and I think we still have the same thing, so we will take this one out. Okay, let me copy this code. I feel lazy typing, so copy this code here, paste this one here. Okay, and then this time I think, what do we have there? What do we have again? We have change password. Okay, with the icon. So change password. Okay, and now we can make this one that's I. Okay, I remove I think, let me check the I again. I, oh no, let me use visibilities. Okay, I think that one should make sense. Okay, we have that one there, and then what again? The shipping. Okay, shipping. So you see this one, to me this one make more sense because you can, if there's any way that you can actually remove the padding, the top and then bottom padding of the lister, please leave a comment so that I also learn from you. Thank you. And we also have something like icons that, let me just use shopping. Okay, shopping basket or whatever, or carts, shopping carts, and that one is the shipping. I'm just using any icon. Okay, so you guys, you can check for your icon shipping. And then I'm also going to change this one to this one and then make it, what was the last one? We also have payment. Okay, so go ahead and change this to payment. Okay, and then change the icon to, what again do you want to change this icon to? um Payment. Do you have anything like money off? Let me see. Let me see what we get. Anyway, oh no, no, this doesn't make sense. Cash, payment. Okay, payment is there. Okay, so I think this one makes sense. So I think, so if we don't like the pattern, we can just come here, increase it from here. Okay, save, and let's see what we get. See, so I think making it this will make more sense. And then let's go back to the profile page, and what we are going to do is to add some size box here, I mean space here, and then go ahead with the height, and then specify this to be 20 or so. Those who also want to add some elevation to their card, okay, we can also go ahead and add more elevation to the card, and something like this looks okay, but it's too much. So we add three. Okay, so guys, we are done with this one, but then we still have something more to do. Okay, the next one, which is still the same card here, but then we are going to use a switch button here. Okay, and then the last one we do the order. Okay, okay, so but then before that, what I want to do, if you're not okay with the colors, you can change them, because I won't focus on the colors. I'm just going to use colors dot blue. I just want you to know how to design the thing. So I think it's okay for now. So I'll continue in the next tutorial.